Greetings and welcome, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, to episode 439 of the Words About Games podcast, the weekly gaming podcast for Words About Games. I'm one of your hosts, Amy Kate Alexander. I'm joined this week by the 3-star champ himself. It's David Moody.
Oddly doodly do, everybody. It's Friday. You know what that means. It's the holiest of all days. It's video game day. Can I get a hallelujah, Vitz?
No, you cannot.
Can I get a hallelujah, Amy?
Yeah.
Can I get a hallelujah to the audience who listen to us? Thank you very much. Hallelujah. All hail video games.
I used to not know what Friday meant when he asked. And now I do, and I wish I didn't. We're also joined this week by the Pixel pop star themselves. It's Vitz Patel.
Oh, thank you very much. What's good, everybody? How are we all doing this week?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I got a concerning message off of Moody.
Ooh,
midweek.
Concerning message.
I did, a very concerning message. It said, "I've picked your game." Wah ha 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 ha.
And sounds someone might have been creating some assets for both the mystery and the reveal of said game. So, yeah, we've been busy behind the scenes.
I think I preferred it when we were keeping the game a secret from Moody. Because I thought, you know what? It can't be worse than last time. It turns out it can. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, the anxiety's getting to you now.
It was more the, like, I picked the game. Okay, cool. Like, I'm good. It was the... Wah ha 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 ha. That
wasn't that long.
Concerned me.
I will say, dear listener, I have come up with a banger of a mystery thumbnail. So I'm sure you'll see that soon.
Hell yeah, you will.
Yeah.
Maybe even next week. I don't know. I don't know if it will be next week. Maybe I'm teasing nothing. Who knows?
Yeah, stay tuned to find out.
How's everybody doing?
Yeah, it's been okay. Taking some steps to improve our situation, and that's been going good so far. So that's good. The last season, or the final 5 episodes of Cobra Kai, dropped today as the day of recording. Paddington in Peru is available digitally tomorrow, as is, well, not available digitally, but the next Marvel film, Captain America New World Order, or Brave New World, or whatever it's called now, that also hits cinema, so there's plenty to be watching, along with just playing games and stuff, and making game shows.
I was going to say, is there something you need to tell us? I have entered the world of video game development.
There you go, yeah.
Oh, and I bet you'll do it awesomely.
You would.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
It's true. I think I've just realized one like my main weakness as a Pixel Pop Stars contestant, though, because like none of those things that you just listed are anything that I'm going to watch, and I feel like the general pop culture stuff is like over my head. Very specific things.
Yeah,
I nail.
But that's what, opens the show up to be enjoyed by more people, especially those who aren't as much in the video game space as we are, kind of thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, I didn't pick a video game for my specialist subject on purpose.
Or has she? We'll find out. Maybe it's a curveball, dear listener.
I did buy Ratatouille today.
Yeah.
I don't know. All it showed was the Scrubs, so I didn't know if you did actually or not.
No, it's scroll. Yeah.
96 on Metacritic, don't you know?
Ratatouille was the picture
on
above
Metacritic
that.
as well, indeed.
Yeah. So what we're leading to, dear listener, is Amy is going to be one of our finalists competing in our grand final of Pixel Pop Stars Season 1, which I've aptly called Super Pixel Pop Stars Turbo Championship Edition. So look forward to that. We've reached out to all of our winners so far to get their availability, and then as soon as we find a day that works for everybody, I will post it out on all the socials that I'm on.
Well, you went for availability, but also I need at least one more specialist subject. Now,
Yes,
setting
we're
aside the
talking
fact
two
that I
things.
don't think you understand what the word specialist is, like I'm struggling to come up with a with a specialist subject. Like, what do I know as much as I know Star Trek? Which, as it turns out, I don't know as much about Star Trek as I think. I am the lowest scoring finalist out of the three. Could that be
True,
because
but
Vitz
you
raised the
knew all the
difficulty
Brooklyn
for
Nine-
me? Well, that's what he said
There
in a
was a
text
possibility
message.
that
I have the text.
there was a possibility that I didn't find my groove until episode 2 when it comes to specialist subject. But you did know all the Brooklyn Nine-Nine questions, as you told me.
I didn't know all of them, but I might have known about the same amount of Brooklyn Nine-Nine questions as Star Trek questions. But did I just know those questions? And will I thoroughly humiliate myself? I own the first 4 seasons of Brooklyn Nine-Nine digitally on Google TV, which is basically I own them on YouTube. And I thought, what if I just get the rest of them, give them a quick watch? And because of our glorious streaming future that we live in, you can't actually buy it on there anymore. So I forever only own less than half of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Until they decide to grace me with being able to purchase the rest of them.
To be fair, like the Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Sorry for butting in, Vitz. I apologize there.
Go for it.
I was just saying, is it not all on Disney Plus? Doesn't Disney own it? And you have an account for them, so.
Well, I have an account with them.
Yeah.
You're not necessarily a paid account.
I mean, I don't pay for it.
Yeah.
Somebody pays for it.
That's true.
What I was going to say was the Brooklyn Nine-Nine YouTube channel often do really great compilations of.
I'm not watching compilation videos about something. If I want to watch something, I want to watch something. I don't like those compilation videos.
I get that, but to peek behind the curtain, that's where I got a lot of the context for the questions that I wrote, because those are quote most iconic bits, and therefore that's where I wrote the questions on.
I've been turning my thoughts towards like, okay, what if I just take something truly like niche, like something only I have heard of?
But then that doesn't make for a great show. So I listed it like in the original spreadsheet. I mean,
I've been thinking a lot about this TV show I used to watch called Jeremiah, which I'm pretty sure no one's heard of.
Nope.
Starring Luke Perry and Sean Astin and Malcolm Jamal Warner. It's a very good TV
It's like
show.
I feel like I've heard it, but I can't say I've ever watched it. If I have, I can't remember it.
Very great.
Like I've heard the word Jeremiah, so as a show, so
maybe people have heard of it. Maybe it's not as niche as I thought it was. But then I thought, Moody, what do you think? What do you think I could pass off as a specialist subject?
Well, I hear Ratatouille is a pretty good specialist subject.
So Moody's suggestion is a film I've never seen before.
But you now have.
Now I know Moody does not want me to win.
You just bought the film, just watch it 1,000 times.
Nah, this is
fine.
It's a great movie. 96.
It is a great movie. I've had a look at it. So it's what? 96 on Metacritic?
Yep.
On Rotten Tomatoes, well, it's 96 by the critics. It's 87 by the audience. So the audience are poo-pooing this film, clearly.
They should. It's a great film.
87. I've wondered maybe they're part of the problem as well.
But no, I don't know.
It's a tough one, right?
Because I guess I would say Stargate for you.
Because it's not something that, like, a specialist subject, as I've learned over 3 episodes of Pixel Pop Stars. Is this just
on YouTube.com/VitzPatel.
Is this just a long advert for Pixel Pop Stars? Maybe it is. But the thing about a specialist
maybe
subject
a second one in the middle of the show
on Pixel Pop Stars isn't like, oh yeah, I've watched that or I've played that. It's no, I you have to know inside and out. Vitz is coming for you with these questions.
Yeah, you declared I am a specialist in this subject, therefore I'm coming at you.
Yeah. And now I have to have 2 specialist subjects, which again, I don't know if you know how specialism works, but that's fine. It's a nitpick.
Hey, some people have like doctorates in 2 different fields.
And those people are geniuses. You've met me, Vitz. Would you apply that label to me?
I mean, Prince was a virtuoso in 7 instruments. I'm sure you're a virtuoso in many, many different subjects.
Okay. Interesting.
See? You know what they say, Amy and Prince, 2 peas in a pod.
Subject, Fallout New Vegas.
It's a big game. I Actually, that was one thing. I was like, I've been watching with great interest Pixel Pop Stars every week. Twitch.tv/Vitz Patel. And some of the selections for specialist edition, I don't want to criticize, my fellow contestants.
They be bad, talk some shit.
I almost called them combatants. My fellow combatants. Especially Robin.
Yeah.
But reality shows and cozy games. Now, there are a lot of both of those things.
Yeah.
And then what was the other one? Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy.
Yeah, so it's Final Fantasy / Kingdom Hearts, and then Send Nuggets, otherwise known as Jenny. They picked cozy game / reality TV. So I knew the types of reality shows that Jenny watched. So then I knew I could curate those questions around that rather than just picking all reality television. But my Google search history is cursed anyway as soon as you start looking into reality TV. So you need to do that.
You need to do that shit in incognito mode. But like, this is why I have a burner YouTube account, because of this stupid dumb podcast that we do. But yeah, no, it's just like, I thought I had made an error picking 5 TV shows over the course of 40 years. Not an entire genre of television, and also an entire subgenre of games.
Not a lot of people actually know about, compared to, like, if you say Call of Duty or something like that.
Oh my god! Like, when it came to Jenny's questions, I was just like, actually, when it came to everyone's questions on that last episode, even the person who had Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts,
very Dex,
because it was like 2 Final Fantasy 7 questions, a Final Fantasy 6 question, and everything else was just like, I've heard of some of these nouns before.
Yes.
I knew about the Final Fantasy 7 and Final Fantasy 9 world thing, because I played both of those games. But yeah, I was just like, that's brave decisions were made.
When it comes to, if a person has picked a particular broad topic, and I've got to write the questions to the kind of expertise of the player, because I need to have some level of balance between them, kind of thing. So when my cousin was on the show, I know the type of person that he is and how knowledgeable he is about these things. That's why I need to ratchet up the difficulty for him to make it a balanced affair compared to with everybody else, kind of thing. So if you're picking a generic topic like cozy games, I know the types of cozy games that Jenny plays, therefore I'm going to pick questions based on those, kind of thing. If I'm unfamiliar with the contestant, then I'll still need a steer from them in terms of, and these are like back and forth conversations I have with them to say, because originally Vermdex picked JRPGs, Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts. So I was like, are you okay if I throw some like Persona and Metaphor questions in there? And then they were like, no, let's just focus on Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts. So I was like, all right, then that's fine. But
JRPGs have been around for a while, right?
Yeah, exactly. So there is obviously some dialogue with the contestants in regards to their specialist subject, but you got to write through your contestants and make sure it's kind of balanced between the 4 competing at any one time. So, but there's several learnings to take, and I'm sure we'll learn and evolve from that.
No, it's good. It's good. What you're telling me is that, like, how well I know the questions that you're going to ask me in the final will tell me how much of how like strong our friendship actually is.
Okay,
sure.
And that's the look of fear I was trying to get out of him.
Ghostwriters,
assemble!
Get the concord from Anchor.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, you pick whatever subject you want to go for.
That was the same look of fear I had when I realized that the picture game that you played might come up again in the final.
Well, we've got 3 contestants which have experienced 6 games across them. So
I'm hoping for different ones.
You want me to come up with new games?
Yeah.
New games to do the final?
Yes. What, is that too unreasonable?
I thought it was a stretch to create brand new games for each and every single episode of Pixel Pop Stars that we've had so far. And okay, now seeing where the expectation is.
I think it's really interesting or funny to me that somehow he's wiggling in Baldur's Gate 3 into everything he can. First poster with Baldur's Gate 3. I was like, I knew that was instantly. I was saying it's going to be Baldur's Gate 3.
That was also to help promote the new emote, because I knew that had a 96 on Metacritic, and that was going to come up, and then people could use the emote kind of thing. So
I know. But
the method behind the madness.
There's method, no doubt, but it just made me laugh at the same time.
Also, Baldur's Gate 3 is a fantastic game. So
I don't deny it. I don't deny it. Do not deny that and whatnot. So yeah. My week's been overall okay. Chilling for the most part. I've smashed through, finally completed Yakuza Like a Dragon. I finished it.
Nice, congrats.
There's got to be some unfairness towards the man who voices Ichiban, because like why he's not getting more love is insane. Because Kanji Tang, I think his name is. Like by the end, I messaged Jamie. I was saying, "Oh my god, this is just happening! Oh my god, now I'm crying! What the fuck? Like, why am I crying now?" And I was just like, his emotion and how he portrayed the lines and everything, and how he executed was so good. Like he made Ichiban. He was already a great character, but by the end, I was just like, "Fucking hell, he really is that good of a character." And like, yeah, and it was just so good. I've now started Uncharted. I thought, you know what? I thought, you know what? I haven't played this for a while, and I was thinking, I didn't want to go and do another like I thought I'm gonna give myself a break just a little bit to like before like I jump into maybe Lost Judgment, because I have never finished that game yet. Even though it was like one of my top favorite games a few years ago that I barely touched. Thank you, Amy, for that again.
Everybody should listen to me about video games all the time because I'm always right.
Debatable, but either way. But no, yeah, it's I'll say this right now. It's a bit dated now.
Oh yeah, 2007, I think the original came out. And...
it's coming up to its 20th anniversary soon, and I'm just like, yeah, you need a remaster at least. The first one is very dated.
No, it's too
so
popular to get a
did
remaster.
Bluepoint did the remaster, but yeah, I think if they were to come back to it, then it would need to be a remake.
The remake, that's what I mean, and I'm saying the wrong word. I apologize. Yeah, remake.
No, you're all good.
It needs a remake. A whole shebang.
That game shows its age much
right
more than say an Uncharted 2, which only came out like 18 months afterwards, kind of thing. So it was wild. But when I saw you playing Uncharted, I was like, do I need to stop playing Uncharted again? Like, because that is one of the comfort food games for me in terms of just going through that pulp action adventure and as you do, casually murdering thousands of people, and especially in the first
becoming
game.
a mass genocidal murderer. Yeah, it's amazing.
It's racial in the first game as well. He shoots not white people; it's all brown people. She ends up shooting.
But no,
so,
I'm a fan of the franchise. I love the Uncharted series with the characters and everything. But yeah, I know everyone's saying Bloodborne remake. I get that, but also how about an Uncharted remake? You might need that because
we're
it's
coming up on the 10-year
dated.
anniversary of Bloodborne, March 15th, right?
Yeah, probably. It was March.
Yeah. So why not both?
Yeah, why not both? Why the hell not? Why not? Why not both? The 20th anniversaries in 2 years time for Uncharted. Oh yeah, perfect timing and everything. But no, yeah, it's a lot of fun. One thing I forgot to actually bring up that I watched last week before the podcast last week. I forgot to bring up this week. It's something I think you both might enjoy. It's an anime. It's on Netflix and everything right now, but it's a film. It's called The First Slam Dunk anime. It's a basketball anime. It's very straightforward. Trust me. I think you will actually love it, and you don't even need to watch the anime or read any of the manga because it tells you everything throughout this film.
So the jerseys look like the Chicago Bulls. Okay.
Yeah. This manga, this manga, Slam Dunk. It's the thing that brought basketball to Japan. It was the creator of the whole thing loved the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan and basketball in America and everything like that. And he created a manga that was just absolutely loved and adored. They created an anime for it. Anime is very hard to like get around to watching and everything. Apparently, it's very slow and everything, and the pacing is very a bit off for it. But the film and everything is just like just amazing. The animation, everything is breathtaking. There's no stupid powers or anything like that when it comes to like any Japanese anime type of thing in a sports drama. It's all about just consistently and hard work. And I was rooting for it at the end. Now, I've never watched it before in my life, but I was rooting for it by the end. So yeah, if you haven't checked it out, the first Slam Dunk, check it out. It's absolutely amazing. Visually stunning. It combines the 3D animation that they're trying to bring into anime that the Dragon Ball films have kind of done, but I don't think they've really melded really well with the 2D animation. This one mixes it brilliantly. And there's some emotional stories throughout, and it's just so well done. So yeah, there's the core heartbeat of the film, but yeah, it's all about it goes through. It's just all about one match that they're battling in, and it's incredible.
Oh, yeah.
I think I absolutely love music's brilliant and everything. Oh, shout out to the music for Like a Dragon as well. Awesome. I was dancing at the end of the last song. I was like, I'm crying, and I went into dancing mode for the end credits song. But yeah.
Quick question about the first Slam Dunk. So,
yes, sir.
When it comes to basketball and films, my touchstone is High School Musical. So, are there any musical elements in the first Slam Dunk?
No.
You lost me. Never mind. Okay.
He said no special powers, and I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
It's just people throwing a ball around. I can throw a ball around. What's this?
You know how like in Captain Tsubasa, how one of the players has a heart condition, so he can only play like 10 minutes at a time before his heart explodes or something like that. I was hoping for some kind of those shenanigans on the basketball team.
No, it doesn't have any of that. But yeah, trust me, I think you'll love it.
Right. No, we'll definitely give it a shot.
Should we do a podcast?
Yeah.
I guess that's what we're here for, I guess.
Well, you know, I love how his energy drops. 20 minutes ago, it was all, can I get a hallelujah? And now he's like, yeah, I guess, whatever.
Well, you both ignore me all the time when I say it. So
you're not going to start a cult with that inconsistent energy.
Well,
Moody.
How about you both say hallelujah back to me when I suggest it to you, and then we might have a full-on energetic podcast.
I do not subscribe to the language that you use. That is the issue. My issue is not with the video games; it's with the language.
Oh, no issue. Well, some issues with the video games.
Yeah.
Let's get on with the show.
I have There's some issues with video games.
Like,
we're
I've got no issue with the video games.
No.
Wait, no, I do have a lot of issues with video games.
Yes. That comes with the biggest asterisk you've ever heard of.
Fucking a mountain-sized asterisk.
Mm-hmm.
So big it could crush my house.
Go big or go home. That's what the saying is.
Well, I'd crush my house. It goes big and I don't have a... Vitz, you want to talk about PlayStation, right?
Yeah, they had a state of play this week. And many games were shown. So it was around about 40 minutes long. And it kicked off with Monster Hunter Wilds, and it ended with a new title from Housemarque, but there were many titles in between. We are reading from the PlayStation blog, who have ordered their list in alphabetical order. We will rattle through these games and any games which need always warrant a larger discussion. I'm more than happy to take a stop.
I want to stop you right there. Like,
sure.
I don't understand social media. I mean, that's not unusual. I don't understand. I've never understood it, but like between like I didn't watch it. I was watching Star Trek, but before it started, I'm scrolling through Bluesky, and like people are like, "I hope we see this thing," and "I hope we see that thing," and I'm like looking at some of the, and you know, a lot of the people I would say are following have fairly realistic expectations. Yeah. You know, like I hope we see this game because it's coming out at some point this year. I'm like, I would consider that a realistic expectation. And then I'm just scrolling through some other people's like takes and predictions and hopes and wishes, and I'm just like, do you enjoy causing yourself misery? Like, I saw one post which blew my mind out of the back of my head, which was, I hope we see whatever the next game Blue Point's working on. Like, I'm really looking forward to see what remake they're working on. Like, motherfucker, their game just got cancelled 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
They may not keep up to date to that type of news.
How fast do you think this shit flies?
Well, game's probably been cancelled longer than they've actually allowed.
I mean, yeah, sure. Yeah.
So. Yeah. But maybe it's just like the leader Blue Point coming on and said, look, we pitched this game and they didn't immediately turn it down. So therefore, we're happy.
So I'll tell you what it is. It's probably just because he knows that PlayStation or Sony have been DMCAing all the Bloodborne things, and he's thinking they're going to announce it. It's coming. They're finally doing it, you motherfuckers.
You sound like guys. Hollow Knight fans. Just to clarify. Oh, it's definitely going to happen. The DMCA, that one mod that was on PC that everybody's been making videos about recently. Like, and making money off of, because, you know, the content creators have got all those 10 ads that run mid-roll. Like, get grip. Anyway,
I will say in these continued unprecedented times, I do not begrudge anybody who relies on hope. Just put some hopium out there, and is drinking the Delulu juice and whatever they needed to get through the day.
I mean,
I've been doing that for years because I've been screaming for a fucking Dino Crisis remake, and I'm still fucking drinking that juice. Until I get that fucking announcement.
Love a bit of hope. Love a bit of hope. Personally, I'm all about hope. But like,
says the person who's just been bitching about them.
But there's hope, and then there's like hope in the face of imminent and certain disappointment.
Oh, I fully appreciate that, but shoot your shot. Who knows?
It makes me think that maybe these things will happen. And then I get annoyed because I know they're not going to happen, but I'm like, but maybe. And then obviously they don't happen.
Basically, it's an ADHD thing.
Shut up and leave me alone is what I'm saying.
Someone has said something. You said it. You've seen it. You said then you just most of your brain's like, it's not going to fucking happen. But that back part in the back of that brain, it's like, but what if it does?
I have been right about crazier things in the past.
That's true.
So maybe
this could be the one.
What I'm saying is, this is why I do things like watch Star Trek instead of watching State of Play.
That little Amy of yours, just in the background. What if it happens, Amy? What if it happens?
You're gonna miss it.
Some top level commentary about the State of Play. For me, it went by really, really fast. They rattled through a ton of games, and as I said, the 40 minutes went by at a great clip. It started a little slow for me, but then like the last 2/3 of the show really, really picked up, and we can go through some of them now. The first one, as I said, which reading from the PlayStation blog here, was Borderlands 4. So 2 Randys came out. Randy Pitchford, terrible shirt, terrible man, and a game that I don't care about. Borderlands 4 was speaking to either of you two.
I love the first 2 Borderlands. Borderlands 2, I think, is one of my favorite games of all time. I've absolutely adored that game. I remember playing that with my best mate up there in the north. I've left in the northeast. I'm hopefully coming back to you soon, mate.
But he's not talking about me. Well, now my feelings are really hurt.
Who absolutely loves Borderlands as well. I didn't love Borderlands 3. Just didn't click for me. The writing I thought was just absolute garbage, personally. And the game just got very stale at the same time. I'm hoping that this one kind of goes back to like the strengths of what was at least Borderlands 2. Borderlands 2 had a great mixture of that had an amazing gameplay with great DLC that was brought to the game and everything. With great characters, but the writing was really good as well, and they've never really got back to that. Yes, I can appreciate where everyone comes from, where it says Borderlands 2 is even writing's maybe even a little dated now and everything. I get that, I do. That's just what happens these days. At the time, I think it was worked really well, but now it is incredibly dated, and I hopefully they can get back to at least. Just having a great writing with a great villain, because that's the thing they've been trying to get back on that handsome Jack Kool-Aid, because he was a great villain. He was funny, he was energetic, and he was just you really wanted to kill the bastard at the end, which is what you want to do. And they've been trying that, and it didn't work for number 3. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it could be a lot of fun, but we'll see what happens.
Well, yeah.
I hated seeing Pickford though. I have to say that I was saying, why is he there? We don't want to see you, mate, and you don't. None of us want to see you, and yet you just stay around like a fart in a hurricane.
Well, he's got to get his USB sticks out there with questionable material on there.
Questionable material, yeah.
Magic tricks.
For a magic
I think you'll find them magic tricks.
Yeah.
Magic tricks. Oh god, nobody was
September 23rd
so doing the announcement for the Borderlands 3. You just kept on going.
It only popped up when everybody got mad that the Borderlands movie was shit. He got mad at everybody else.
Don't make a shit film.
Hey, we still defends Colonial Marines to this day. I think it's a solid 7 out of 10. Shut up! We don't want a 7 out of 10, you fucking idiot!
Up next, according to the blog, really interesting game, Darwin's Paradox. You play as a blue octopus, and you're using all your octopi abilities to work your way through environments. This game gave me Inside vibes, if you check that out from Playdead. But yeah, this game looks really, really interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing. We don't have a date on it just yet. 2025 is a window that they've given. Hopefully, we'll narrow it down when it comes to things like Summer Games Fest and other state of plays that we'll get later on through the year. But yeah, puzzle platformer, sign me up.
Summer Game Fest is coming.
I thought it was cute and everything like that. There was no doubt about it. It had a cute design, the octopus and everything. I would need to know more about the game really to be able to really give am I interested type of thing.
May I ask?
It did. It was my favorite game of the year that year.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. Then Ichiban's at it again. Dave the Diver, Ichiban's Holiday. So partnership that's sure to make a splash. Dave the Diver is joining forces with Like a Dragon. Kasuga Ichiban decides to take a well-deserved break at the Blue Hole and stumbles into a dolphin poaching syndicate, forcing Ichiban and Dave to dive into action. April, this piece of DLC will be coming out, and yeah, always fun to see Ichiban pop up in something new.
Very random. Out of all the characters or DLC you would have thought for Dave the Diver, Ichiban is the one. I'm not meaning in a bad way. Ichiban, I've just said at the beginning, amazing character, I absolutely love it. Just came out of nowhere. It's like out of all the ones, you go Ichiban, but I'm in it. It looks great, and he looks amazing in a pixel art form, and he looks so good. So, yeah, Dave Diver I never really tried or anything like that. It's a game I probably won't go and try or anything like that. But I know Amy played it last year or the year before and enjoyed it. And yeah,
I did.
Fair enough.
Fun game.
Then a remaster no one has asked for, but we're getting one anyway. Days Gone. Yeah, so the studio, which is most likely going to get shut down anytime soon. Yeah, Days Gone remastered. So Deacon Saint, whatever his face was, on his motorcycle running away from freakers. If that's your bag, then you get to do it in shiny textures and all the rest of it, and you do get that £10/$10 upgrade path if you own the game on PlayStation 4.
Can you do a fucking remaster of a game I can't play on PlayStation 5, Tony?
Yes.
Just saying. That'd be nice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not that I can play Days Gone, I don't own it, but you get what I mean.
Yeah. Next up, Digimon Time Stranger. How did this one strike you, Moods, as a resident Digimon person?
Digimon person?
Yeah, do you not play the... Oh, no, sorry. I'm thinking of Yu-Gi-Oh! So the latest installment of the Digimon series, Digimon Storytime Stranger.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon guy, dude. Can't you see the bastards?
It's all the same.
And if you combine Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, you get Digimon, right?
There you go.
Yu-Gi-Mon.
Yu-Gi-Mon!
Yeah. Your fan favorite characters like Agumon and Omegamon. I'm sure they're in the Pokemon TCG.
There's no doubt. I've had the affiliate. I've had the affiliation to the anime to Digimon. There's no doubt about that.
Mm-hmm.
But the games I've never touched whatsoever. Like they've had no appeal to me because I just don't think they've ever really popped out one that's really spoken to me. Sorry to the Digimon fans. I know you're massive out there and everything, but yeah. I'm over the moon for them at the end of the day. This is what
good
I'm loving.
For you that you're getting.
Yeah, it's like the same goes with the Days Gone one. Like I'm over the moon for the people who love Days Gone and everything like that. So. I'm over the moon for the Digimon fans out there. So they've been waiting for a new game for a while. Go for it.
Mm-hmm. Supermassive Games, they're back with their next title, Directive 8020. So this is a follow-up to the team behind Until Dawn and similar titles like that. Yeah, so...
the Dark Pictures Anthology.
Certainly is. this game looks interesting. It was all like a cinematic trailer, so I'm interested to see how it actually plays out and what like learnings they've taken from all the Until Dawn feedback that they would have gotten, the quality and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it seems like we've got a stacked cast.
Sorry, I'm just remembering when me and Moody played the Quarry.
Yes.
It was so much fun. You can check out the highlights on the YouTube channel, so go check them out. But no, yeah, I love this. I thought that I'm a super massive guy. I love dev games and everything. I love I had a great time playing through Quarry with Amy. I love the Until Dawn game on PS4. I know the PS5 one apparently isn't that great, or it's very buggy or something like that.
Yeah, it's not well optimized.
Hopefully they fixed that. They've fixed it and it's playable for everybody. But either way, yeah, it's. I'm a huge fan of this team, and this looked awesome to me. I was just like, yes, give me more of this. I've been screaming for them to do like a sci-fi aliens type of game, and they finally kind of look like they're going for it. Even though I kind of want to do an alien game, I think that'd be perfect for them.
Yeah, they got that IP. Yeah, October 2nd for this game, so right leading into spooky season.
Perfect time, yeah. Spooky. They rarely put their games out in the spooky season, which is baffles me.
Well, it probably
there's plenty of times to get delayed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure in the initial planning phase they mean to put them out in October.
Mm-hmm. The GTA 6 gets released.
And then GTA 6 gets released.
Half of these, half the games that were shown that got released they're just like, we don't care. Bring it on, GTA.
You shouldn't.
I say that now.
You shouldn't care. Like, fucking, what does Directive 8020 have to fear from GTA 6? It's a completely different type of game.
I might have something to say about that, but we'll get to that.
Well, no, like I said, whichever podcast it was, not that recently. People have got to release games that I might want to play. I don't want to play GTA 6. I've got money. Let me give it to somebody else.
Didn't you spend it all on scrubs today?
12 quid.
Pixel Junk is back with Dreams of Another. This is like a voxel-based shooter, but you're not necessarily shooting enemies. You're shooting the environment to change it. It looks really interesting. I'm not entirely sure it's going to be a game for me. Pixel Junk Shooter was the last one that I played of theirs, but that was many, many years ago. I think like PS3 era, it may be early PS4 era. But yeah, it looked stunning with the voxels and everything, and you seem to be a dude in your pajamas running around with an AK.
I like voxels.
That seems to be the game.
More people should use voxels.
Yeah, it is a pretty art style. And when the title treatment came up for this, they did it in stages, so the word Dreams just appeared first, and I thought, oh shit, they're redoing Dreams, because this game does look like it was made in Dreams. But yeah, we haven't got any dates on this yet. But yeah, a game that was out of the blue. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Fuck Five Nights at Freddy's.
Was done. Next.
Fuck Scott Cawthorne.
Yeah. So we're going to skip along to Hell Is Us. So we've got a new gameplay trailer teasing some of the characters, combat, and we did get its release date, but the PlayStation blog doesn't. Oh, September 4th. That's when that game's coming out. But yeah, Hell Is Us looks really, really interesting. It might be too spooky for me to play, but we'll see if I manage to.
Unless you raise enough money for charity, in which case we'll force them to do it.
But yeah,
it looks interesting, no doubt. It does look interesting.
And then title I'd like to touch on, Liza P Overture. So this is DLC for the amazing Liza P. For those unfamiliar, this is a Souls-like from not the Souls team, not from FromSoft, but it's centered around a little boy called Pinocchio, and they tell their tale, and this is DLC for that, and it looks phenomenal. The different environments that you're going through, the whole world seems to be set in wintertime now, so that's going to have story implications and environmental storytelling and whatnot. But yeah, absolutely. A DLC coming out, Overture, I think, is an amazing title for this DLC as well. And I'm looking forward to see Andy Cortez play through this, because he has got the skills to actually make this game shine.
You have the skills.
Yeah, he's a big fan of this, isn't he? So.
Everybody has the skills.
Anyone can wear the mask. This is true.
Anyone can wear the mask.
Next up, we had Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. I think that's the first time I haven't flubbed that sentence when it comes to that. But yeah. It was always good to see another trailer from that. There is a demo available now for those who have PS5. for you to go and enjoy. Ahead of, I think the demo's out tomorrow, so today is the time of release of the podcast.
Yeah, it's like a dragon game. If you haven't played these type of games, you don't know what you're getting into. But go and try them. They're great games. They deserve your love and everything. They always go for if you like anime and everything like that. I'll be right up your alley. This type of game.
Hell yes. Lost Souls aside, which looks phenomenal. Now I do need to look into the team behind this, because in many ways I get many things confused in my mind, but for some reason I think I had it that only one person developed this game, which can't be true. But for some reason, Uta0 Games welcome you to Lost Souls aside, exhilarating sci-fi adventure that features stylish combat, customizable loadouts, and synergistic combos. May 30th coming on PS5 and releasing day and date on PC as well, which I think is interesting. But yeah, this game looks awesome. But like I said, I need to look a little bit more into it before we dip into it.
No doubt, it looks visually amazing and everything. So it's definitely going to be something to have a look at, no doubt.
Yeah. Then we had a weird one. So Metal Eden, but they had a reveal trailer. So this is a brand new title that nobody had seen before. But the trailer reminded me of several other games at the same time. I'm not sure if you picked on these vibes as well.
It was like, you remember a couple of years ago when we watched the Summer Games Fest, and it it was like majority like horror games, Moody.
Yes.
And we kind of had this like trouble where it was like, which one was that one again? Like after we'd watched it, like there was like that horror game. This was like the sci-fi version of that.
Yeah.
I feel like the state of play.
May 6th though, so it's coming up real soon. Like as soon as I saw the UI, I thought, wait, is this a Terminator game? Then you just went over like every single action franchise as we got into it. Next, we have the one and only Metal Gear Solid Triangle Snake Eater. We have a release date, August 28th. So this trailer actually leaked last week.
What a thrill!
Yeah, and GameSpot had it on their website all the way. So for some reason, that was the only website that didn't feel the need to take it down. But yeah, we saw
a leaked trailer. It's not like they like got the trailer from an unknown 100%. Source. It's like PlayStation they just posted it.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to dipping into this. This will be my first Metal Gear game that I play myself. And yeah, naked snakes out there and eating tree frogs and all sorts. And at the end of it, we saw that the cameos that we got on the original release of Ape Escape, that minigame is going to return to here as well. So for those who didn't get their fix seeing Ape Escape in Astrobot, then there's a little bit more coming for you as well.
Imagine if they just released a new Ape Escape.
What a thrill.
Game is it's an amazing game. There's no doubt about it. I absolutely love the solid Snake Eater and everything. Music's amazing. The characters are great. Are so well realized in this game and everything. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what you think of it, Vitz, when you play it.
Yeah, you know, I've seen like the iconic bosses, like the dude with all the bees, and then the end when his eye pops out when he's looking through the scope of his rifle, and it's freaky. But yeah. Looking forward to dipping into that.
You'll have to let us know if love can really bloom on the battlefield.
And yeah, I'll be sure to be singing along as we're climbing the ladder that never ends. Iconic stuff. Next up is Mind's Eye. So when this game was shown on the trailer, as it were, in the state of play, I had this thing of there was an engine, I think it was called Everything Got Everywhere, and it looks like this game was made in this engine. But yeah, the description reads: join Jacob Diaz on his journey to find answers to his past in-action adventure, Mind's Eye. This pair of trailers tease some of the story beats and intense encounters you'll find in the fictional near-future Americana city of Red Rock. The game is on target to launch this summer on PS5.
Go on, Vitz, sorry.
No, that was it.
I was just going to say, I don't know why. I just get Quantum Break vibes from this game.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's not the same team or anything, but it just screams that game for some weird reason. I know it doesn't. It doesn't even look like he has powers. He's just like fighting and everything, like with a tech eye in his eye and everything. But I don't know why, and I don't know if that's a good sign, because like that game didn't really get well received when it came out and everything. So Yeah, this game, I had no idea. I was thinking, okay, this is something, I guess. But well, if you play it and people play it and enjoy it, fantastic. I'm over the moon for you.
Developed by Build a Rocket Boy for that title. Then the State of Play, as I said earlier, kicked off with Monster Hunter Wild. So February 28th, so it's coming up around the corner. I think it was a nice idea to start off with something to say, hey, this game is coming right around the corner. Don't forget about it. There's been betas happening.
Yeah. Xbox could have done with that last week.
Yeah.
The
betas were impacted by the PSN outage. But yeah, so it was good to see Monster Hunter Wilds. I tried the benchmark thing for my PC. It's going to mildly explode if I tried to do anything. I was going to say,
now I have a new PC.
Yeah, that's it.
And a hole in my floor.
I'm stoked. I'm stoked for people like my friend Rahul and for all those monster hunters looking to take out what must be like endangered species to try and make them into a nice pair of shoes or a nice hat or that kind of thing. But, more power to you at the end of the day. Do you reckon you'll be jumping into Monster Hunter Wilds?
Probably not.
I would love to. I don't know. Sorry, what did you say to me?
Sorry, I said probably not, like at launch.
Not at launch, yeah. Yeah, I would love to. I don't know if I'll be able to at launch. Basically, it just really depends on the funds at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think the thing for me is, in order to get this game to run in a way that I'm looking forward, I have to get it on PS5, but then that would mean paying for PS Plus, which I'm not prepared to do in order to be able to do various things with friends.
It's that interesting stumbling block, isn't it? Where it's like, I can play Monster Hunter. It's like, we've been talking about Elden Ring, Night Rain, and it's like, but then I'd need to pay a monthly subscription on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think ultimately it might be a thing that we look into when it goes on sale on Steam, maybe, and we maybe crack onto it then, maybe if we're able to.
Yeah, hopefully, there'll be some more optimization patches for it to not explode.
And what I've seen, people are loving it. Like, just from the people who played the beta and everything like that, the people who think like this game is going to be one of those games out there. Just like Worlds was well received and everything, and Rise was as well. So it's like, I think this is going to be
people be losing their mind for Gemma and Alma as well. As the two new baddies, Capcom in the fine tradition of bringing baddies to the table when it comes to their titles. So good on them. Next up, we had a block from Onimusha. So we have Onimusha 2, Samurai's Destiny. That is kind of like a re-release, a remaster, if you will. And then we got a brand new trailer for Way of the Sword, which is the new title coming set for 2026. Do either of you mess with Onimusha back in the day?
No. It's one of those games everybody assumes I've played it because, I mean, I know what the game is, so everybody just assumes that, like, it's a type of game that I've played. But, like, these trailers are a great reminder that, I really need to get around to that one of these days.
Yeah, I remember John Reno being on the cover of 3. That's it.
Yeah, we saw that in the shop when I was down yours, I remember. But, I mean, the first one's available on PlayStation. Like, there's a remaster or re-release or something, so it's not, like, difficult to get a hold of. The fact that they're remastering 2, and the new one is the 4th. It's the 4th game, like, in the main series.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So I mean, soon you might be able to get the whole series pretty easily, and then I might give it a go.
The Way of the Sword looks amazing. I won't lie. There's a part, the whole trailer I thought was just epic from start to beginning, and this is the part in the whole showcase of State of Play, should say, that just made me laugh out so much. He's just walking up, turns around, and then just starts, oh no, and runs away. And I laughed out so loud for that. I was just thinking, yes, this game's got me. This game maybe will be way too hard for me, maybe, but I'm going to give this game a go next year and everything. I won't lie, I think it's helped me that I'm playing a lot of Japanese games right now and everything. I think that's helped. And obviously I'm learning Japanese and everything, so it's like I'm right into that right now. So the game looks amazing. I won't lie. Onimusha The Way of the Sword looked sexy as hell next year. And when I win Fantasy Critic at the end of the year, I'll probably pick that as my game to take next year.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. Then we had a hot block from PlayStation Plus. This is where they kind of lost me purely because I'm not subscribed to PlayStation Plus. But I think one of the interesting things was Lost Records, Bloom and Rage.
Excuse, they lost you? PlayStation brings Armored Core to the table and they lose you?
Is that not for the most highest expensive?
Yeah, but you can buy them. This is the thing I always try to like do the PSA. It's like you can buy these games that they put on PS Plus. You can buy them separately. It's fine.
No, I mean this is what they're told. It's like, yeah, but the abiotic factor was a name that I didn't know was a word or a collection of words you could put together. But apparently, that's a video game these days.
So is Blueprints. I've heard of
Blueprints. Yeah, that's another touch point that I wanted to get to. Yeah, that's coming to PS Plus, which I'm sure will help with that.
PS
I know
Plus
that's the title of that.
And Game Pass.
And Game Pass, yeah.
And PC. I want to buy it.
I know Arvel saying she stayed up way too late to watch people's reaction to Blueprints coming to PS Plus. So yeah, they are doing
like
well.
Coming to subscription services didn't really like touch the sides for me because I don't have it.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, if Arvel wants my reaction to Blueprints, I gladly give it again. Like,
no, absolutely, and I think the more people that
go.
consider giving this title a go, the better. Right, it's going to get more eyeballs on it. Yeah.
Like, if you've got Game Pass or PS Plus Extra, and this game comes out in spring, and you don't download it and play it, you're committing a video game crime, and I'll be coming to your house to arrest you as an appointed. In fact, Moody, you're starting a whole cult about video games. Can I be like an appointed like judge, jury, and executioner of video game crimes?
Can I get a hallelujah first?
I'll give you one.
Oh.
Next week, I expect a hallelujah.
Okay. Then I'm coming to your house. I'm coming to your house to arrest you for not playing the game. And
if I don't play Blueprints.
And I have the authority. Anyone out there, if you've got Game Pass and you've got PS Plus Extra, I now have the authority to arrest you for committing a video game crime.
That's fair. Yeah, there's sort of I get where you come from with the with what we both all of us have said about like subscriptions and everything, especially Game Pass and PlayStation Plus. But I've been like very hesitant with like Lost Records and everything, just with like everything what we've been hearing about Don't and everything. But I like when this was shown, I don't know if it was last year when it was first revealed or if it was the year before. I was like, yes, fantastic. I've been wanting Don't to go back to this type of game for a while, and obviously they've pushed the final episode, episode 2, to April and everything.
Yeah.
Like we both discussed, I think, in the Discord, saying like, why don't they just push the first episode to April as well and then release it all at once? Because
this explains it, right?
Yeah, this game is going to die really fast, and them to put it on the PlayStation Plus, that tells me that they are a little bit worried as well, because they've like said, we got to take a payment, we got to get some cash here somehow. And if we hear it's on Game Pass as well, which I don't know if it is, I think that's, for me, it's just saying don't know that expecting much for this game and everything, which is a massive shame for me and everything. But I might give the first episode a try just because through PlayStation Plus, it'll probably I think it's going to be overall probably cheaper to be able to check out the first episode, than buy the entire game and outright. So
I think the fact
if it was coming out disc version, sorry, Amy, I would probably try disc version, but no, it's not that I know of. So
I think the fact that there's deals being made like that aren't just like Game Pass, like probably underbidding on games to get them, like I think this might be a good sign for like the beginning of things getting a little bit better. Like that's like my sort of like grasping at straws, like optimism take
that's
away
your
from
hopium,
from this. That's my hopium. Yeah, I don't hope for dumbass fucking remasters of games that are never gonna happen. Like I hope for the game industry to recover.
Exactly.
I'm the idiot, apparently.
yeah.
Awesome. Next up, we had the closer of the show. So Housemark announced Saros, starring the one and only Rahul Kohli. And I know we were sharing this in Discord and I shared it on Bluesky as well. Please go and check out Charlan Azad's YouTube channel to watch her reaction, where her and Rahul Kohli, who stars in Saros, watch the announcement trailer together kind of thing. And it's the most wholesome thing you'll see all year. It is amazing. And yeah, Rahul puts on a performance, and we know how good of a actor they are with their work in Blind Manor and those type of projects kind of thing. This game looks immense. We don't know too much about it other than it's a roguelike shooter. but yeah, we'll get an extended gameplay look later on this year, as the head of Housemarque said.
A lot of these trailers just felt like bookmarks. Like, don't worry, we'll show you the game later. Like, kind of things. So it was like, Housemarque, so I'm in, because, like, Returnal was amazing. But,
after you got past it, after the belt, you had a push. You needed a push on it.
I needed several pushes. Like, as you recall, it was, this game's amazing. I hate it. We're so back. Fuck this game. Oh my god, this is great.
She went through an existential crisis with that game. It was funny to watch.
I like the idea that, like, heading into this, I know I've like said some concerns and voices about. It'd be nice to know what first party has been working on the PlayStation side, because we've had this era of live service games and whatnot. Now most of them have been scuttled. It's kind of okay. So what are the likes of your Housemarques and things? And I know we know what Naughty Dog's working on and so on and so forth. But it's this answers one of the questions that I had. So it's involving awesome people. So hell yeah.
Also, I appreciated the Blind Manor shout out. That's an exceptional TV show.
Yes.
Yeah, no, this was like it's a CGI trailer. We don't really know anything else about the game whatsoever. But Housemarque, they are a developer who has just basically put out games that, for the majority, people have said, "I like this game. It's a great game. Play it," type of thing. So like they've got that backing of just like they can hold back. I know where you're coming from. Maybe it just seems like a lot of it's bookmarking. There's a lot of, especially on the PlayStation side. I get where you're coming from, but I think it's just like they're also just like. Housemarque, we know you. We know you put out great games. We know we feel like we can trust you, type of thing. A lot of that what was sadly missing in a lot of game devs, these development companies and everything these days. So yeah, it's even though I never touched the Returnal. The game scared the shit out of me.
Probably.
I'm just like, I don't think I could do that type of game, type of thing. I was just like, no, 3D. My brain, especially seeing Amy go for the existential crisis. I think I might have hung myself if I played that game.
One of my problems with Returnal was spoilers for Returnal. But one of my issues with like the storytelling of Returnal was like there's this like recurring musical motif, which is kind of important to the story of the game. And like it's probably supposed to be like really mysterious, like, you know, it's not like it's like just like some notes, right? It doesn't even sound like the song that it's supposed to be, unless you've heard that, unless you're a classic rock fan and you've heard that song 700,000 times in your life. So I was a bit like, oh, I know this.
Yeah, but so yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more from Housemarque. There's no doubt.
But yeah, no, like I don't mind
the Batman for me.
Yeah.
Because Ave Maria from Father Ted.
Yeah. I don't mind bookmarking like things like for the future, but like I feel like the whole state of play was kind of just like, okay, here's some stuff to try and remember, and I've got a terrible memory.
Yeah, I totally get that. I like that Housemarque had their chance to shine here though, because I think if it was part of a larger showcase, like one of Jeff Keighley's things, then it might have got lost in the shuffle.
Oh, definitely.
So if it's in to have the stand-up moment. Yeah, I appreciated that. Shinobi Art of Vengeance, which I thought when they first started this trailer, I was like, wait, is this Ninja Gaiden Rage Bound? But I was like, no, this is Shinobi. This is something else.
This is the other classic 90s samurai
hand-drawn art
ninja game.
Yeah, the art style looks incredible. I will say that. I don't think it's a game that I will try. I don't really have a lineage with Shinobi. I remember playing the original one on the Master System and finding it very, very tough. And I was like, okay, no, maybe not for me. But yeah, if you're into this and looking for that, then more power to you.
Yeah, it visually looks stunning. So yeah, it was definitely a game that was interesting. There's no doubt.
The fastest hedgehog in the world is back, and this time it is back in a car. Sonic Racing Crossworlds was announced, and they are bringing the teleportation ring mechanic from the movies into a racing game. So you start off on one track and then go through a ring and end up on another one. I imagine there's going to be crossovers with other RPGs and from the Sega stable. So yeah, hoping we'll get to see some more of that. It didn't blow me away in terms of the gameplay that they actually showed, and the gold standard for me is a Mario Kart. So we'll see when it's reviewed critically in terms of whether it can hold its own against that. I hope that it does for the Sonic sickos out there. But yeah, more power to you.
Sonic has always tried to chase after the Mario thing, and Mario just does it better. Always has, and Sonic hasn't really been able to keep up with it, even though it's the fastest thing alive, basically. But it's at the end of the day, this is a franchise that is loved. At the end of the day, they've just released the third film, which all three combined have made $1 billion worldwide for them. So they've done a lot of great work with that. So it's understandable that they're going to try and get more out with it and try and probably I don't know if they got a release date for this one, but if there isn't, my aim they'll be trying to get this out before the next Mario Kart that comes. Because if it doesn't, they're
I
dead.
imagine so.
Dead.
That wasn't
on
a
arrival
release
if it doesn't.
issue, but yeah, I imagine that is absolutely the case. Split Fiction was shown next. We had the official story trailer, Mio and Zoe, and this game still looks amazing. And I'm really looking forward to jumping into this one. The next game from Hazelight, the people who bought It Takes Two, among others.
No doubt. Split Fiction looks sexy as hell, I won't lie. As long as we're not trying to fucking get our daughter to cry at the end, that's all I get. Or halfway through the game, like the last game was.
By murdering
we're going to be golden with this.
Murdering the elephant
in the child's tears.
Yeah.
Fuck those parents. They were terrible parents. They can go fuck themselves.
Yeah, they really were. So I'm looking forward to this game. Hopefully, maybe you, me, Amy.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Can't remember when it comes out.
Next up is
April, isn't it?
Don't know.
April for Split Fiction, I believe. A game I already thought came out, Splitgate 2, got a trailer. Apparently there's an alpha dropping February 27th for them. For those who don't know, the first Splitgate was Halo with portals, and this seems to be Halo with portals with a Overwatch skin on it. So yeah, if this is the game for you, then more power to you. It's not something that I'm going to get into. I know Rahul is the splitter of gates among many other titles that they have.
Imagine
so
being
I'm
that,
for them.
Being in that pitch meeting. It's like, okay, so we made Halo with portals. What if, for our next game, we make Halo with portals again?
Yes. This is like the Alien to Aliens pitch. Like the S just becomes $signs at the end.
Yeah.
Next up, Stellar Blade. They are back with a crossover with Nikki, or Nike maybe, Goddess of Victory. Some more young women here in clothes which are probably unsuitable for combat, but more power to them. That's there as well.
I can't remind me, is this game woke or not? It went back and forward. I don't know whether the meters landed.
So the DLC launching on PS5 and PC launches in June. The next one that we were talking about, the Midnight Walk. So I was looking forward to seeing more about this game. May 8th, we actually got a release date for this. Moonhood. That's the studio returns with a new gameplay trailer for its handcrafted dark fantasy adventure. This game still looks freaky as fuck. And May 8th, so I don't think there's too much of a wait for this one. Did this speak to
looks kind
you?
Looks kind
Then the next game, Tides of Annihilation. This game looks phenomenal. I know it looks in the whole, action adventure. Oh, it's fast paced and things like a Soulsborne might be, but this game looks amazing. Set in London, there's we all know there's freaky stuff in the Thames. I didn't know it was this freaky, this game looks amazing. I can't wait for this game. I don't think we got a date on it yet, but Eclipse Glow Studios is the team behind it. And Tides of Annihilation, I highly recommend you check out the trailer because it's set in London and we got people doing London accents.
So is
all it says is currently in development for PS5, so
PS5,
this could be
Xbox,
still a while.
Epic
This could
Games.
still be like a year or two away. So,
but you're right, Ames. Yeah, Bloodborne is also set in Victorian London.
Post-Brexit London.
Yes, that's it.
It does look beautiful. I agree with you. It looks very good.
Warriors Abyss is Dynasty Warriors, but a roguelike mode. So it's like they took Vampire Survivors and said, that's it, Vampire Survivors, but make it Dynasty Warriors. So they pull the camera back. Yeah, exactly. There's like 16 million different combinations of the way to play this game with various loadouts and things like that. Yeah, if you're a Dynasty Warrior sicko and you were looking for the Vampire Survivors hit, this is the game for you. Don't think we got a release date or a window
out
on
now.
this one.
Yeah, it's out
It's Shadow
now.
Drop. It was
Oh,
Shadow
sorry, yeah,
Drop.
this was
Dropped
Shadow
it.
Dropped. Yeah, that's why.
That's
Yeah.
why. Yeah.
That'd be why then. We don't have a release date. But yeah, go check that out if that is for you. And then the last game I do want to touch on is WWE 2K25, which announced the Island. So for 2K fans, particularly the NBA games, they have a mode similar to the Island, where that's where they make their monetization. That's where you're paying for individual outfits for your character and having to scale them up and all the rest of it. And that money, dollar bills, y'all, is coming to WWE. And it is gross in the way that they're doing it. And this mode isn't going to run very well because neither did the last one in NBA 2K. Yeah, but this is where they come for the money, and this is where they make it all back. So whatever licensing costs to get that WWE license, this is where all the money gets paid off. And that, friends, was State of Play.
I thought State of Play was a very good show throughout. I thought it was very well paced. I thought it had many different games from many different people out there, which I thought which is just great to see and everything. Even though some of them don't speak to me, they obviously speak to someone else, which is just great to see. So they had a great balance out there for me. Well done to PlayStation. Like, we've been like complaining about, saying like, we don't even know what the hell you're doing. You've just cancelled all these things. You've laid off so many people. We're obviously scared that you might be closing down more studios in the future. Touch wood, it doesn't
all
happen.
Those complaints are still valid.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm not saying he aren't or anything like that. You came out and brought a good show, even though it was a lot of them were obviously third and second party. You obviously showed something that showed stuff for the future as well. So well done.
Also, why didn't you throw the Astrobot news in there? It's the wildest thing in the world. You have a game of the year winning title, and all you need to say was, this State of Play. It's also going to include an update on the game of the year winning Astrobot, and that's all you need to say. You get many more eyes on it, but no. We get a news today at the time of recording that we're going to get 5 new levels.
I don't know. I judging, and I didn't watch it. Like, obviously, like I was said at the front, but like judging from like the tone and mood of all of the trailers and games that we talked about, I don't know if Astrobot would have really fit in with like the tone of everything else that happened in the State of Play.
True. But then I don't
threw in a Sonic racing game. What tone does that?
That is the most post-apocalyptic dystopian thing in the whole State of Play.
Mm-hmm.
Sonic's broken his legs. He has to use a car now.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, the standout for me was seeing Rahul Kohli get all the dues and all the flowers for their involvement in Saros. So yeah, more power to you.
Yeah, well done, like I say. It was a really good show, and well done to all the developers, all teams. So.
Bonsoir. Let's do a halftime break.
Yeah.
And then when we come back, we'll talk about more games and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Plan.
What's good, everyone? My name is Vitz, and I've been working on something special.
It's time for Pixel Popstar, the all-new game show on Twitch. Let the internet moments be on, with your specialist subject.
Watch new episodes live on twitch.tv/VitzPatel.
And we're back.
Hey.
What's up?
Hello.
It's time for Indie Game of the Week, I believe.
Yeah.
Indie Game of the Week. This is the thing we do every week where we talk about a cool-looking, upcoming indie game that we think looks cool. You should click some links. You should wishlist it. You should wishlist some other games. If you like indie games, scroll down to the description wherever you're choosing to listen to and or watch this podcast. We have a link to a Steam Curator page with every single indie game of the week we've ever done. Well over 100 games at this point. I need to keep an eye on the number because at some point I'm going to have to say it's well over 200 games. Although 200 is well over 100, so I guess I never
This
really
is
need
true.
to update the blurb that I have in my head. But anyway, this week's indie game of the week, Moth Kubit. Let me read you a little bit in the Steam store description. Moth Kubit is an RPG, and then they helpfully say it's a role-playing game. That stands
Not
for
rock a
role-playing game.
grenade. Yeah.
About corporate life as an ordinary person. I mean, as an ordinary insect. Our protagonist, Moth Kubit, has just been promoted and all of a sudden embarks on a weird adventure in a megacorp to redeem or eradicate himself. His bugdies and the company before the mysterious final process arrives. This game depicts an absurd but vivid Kafka-esque corporate world of insects and a unique combat system, featuring multiple endings based on the important choices Moth Kubit made along the way.
Sounds awesome.
I like choices. I like Kafka.
I'd have to look into what Kafka is, if I'm honest. But I like the word. I like how it reads on the
It
page.
sounds nice. It's not Kafka. It's not the villain of Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah.
It's Franz Kafka.
God of magic.
He was a novelist in the late 1800s, early 1900s.
Fair enough. Thank you for the,
According
for
to
the lore dump.
Wikipedia, his work fuses elements of realism and the fantastic. It's been interpreted as
Now he's making it words.
It's been interpreted as exploring themes of alienation, existential anxiety, guilt, and absurdity.
That's say alien isolation. There.
That's what. No, you've just got it on the brain for some reason.
Yeah.
That's what
Who knows
people
why?
mean when they say Kafka-esque. Also, you
Fair
should read.
enough,
Kafka's good writer. You should read some Kafka. I had to read some for university. That's what happens when you do an English degree. Well, you do a writing degree with a couple of English modules. You have to read all that kind of stuff, and then make up
There we go.
stuff.
Every
Make
day's
up
a school day.
opinions
We've
about
learned
it.
something, friends.
English degrees are really easy to pass because as long as you can make the argument for the thing that you're saying, you pass. So you can make up whatever you want. I'm not saying I ever did that on an exam. Made some shit up about a book I didn't get round to reading because the reading list was 14 books long. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Who knows? Anyway, if any of that sounds good, apart from the part where the English language stuff, Moth Kubit. It's Kafka.
Yeah, wish this now.
Wish list now. It's Franz Kafka approved. I'm sure. If he was still alive.
Oh, look at that logo treatment, though, on that pink background. That is hot.
I like it when you just click the link.
Yeah. Astrolabe Games.
But published by Astrolabe, developed by Helena Creative Studio. They don't have any other games on Steam when you click on their developer link. But it looks cool. Looks interesting. Sounds interesting.
There you go, cute little pixel art style.
Click on that button, that link. Click on that link down below and then click on the wishlist button.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Anyway, I need my phone for this part because it's time to get back to the show. And I have a scenario for everybody. The scenario is there's been a disaster. Unspecified disaster. Don't need to worry about the details for the sake of this thought process. Yeah, the disaster is America happened. And Amazon has no one to run Secret Level for season 2. But they came across one of our podcasts and they listened to us talk and they were like, hey, these people seem to know what they're talking about. Maybe we should maybe we should give them a shot. Yeah, but like this is also a damning indictment of corporate America.
Yes.
How low will they go?
It's like they know the names of video games. What if we just let them, and then what if we just put them in charge of Secret Level season 2? And so that's what happens. You know, they email and they're like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" And me, being me, I just accept on behalf of everybody. And now the scenario is we are in charge of what video games will have episodes in Secret Level season 2.
Yeah.
That's the scenario
like to
in
go.
front of us. You may go. Yes.
So the one thing that was, well, there's a number of things missing from Secret Level Season 1. Nintendo was a big one for me. So the first one I would like to put is a Legend of Zelda episode.
Interesting. Legend of Zelda. Any particular pitch for a type of Legend of Zelda, or just
Either, I'd really like to see what they do using the Wind Waker art style, and set in that one, because I know that is one of the most beloved Zelda titles when it comes to it, and we are still pining for a re-release on Switch and what have you. And I think just seeing that that beautiful art style again would do wonders for people.
I think it would.
Yeah.
Cool.
I got several others in chamber, but I'm ready
we've-
to let other people go first.
We've got some stuff. This season could be longer than 15 episodes. I'm just saying, we're in charge. We can do whatever we want.
The other thing I was leaning towards was missing a whole lot of Square Enix. So I would like to put a Final Fantasy in here, and or a Kingdom Hearts. But when it comes to Final Fantasy, I would avoid 7. I would do something like a 9 or possibly a 13. I think would be really interesting just to see what Lightning's up to. I know we've got those other games like Lightning Returns and things like that, but
I'm gonna put
I'd really
9
just-
because I feel like if we're in the pitch meeting and we can only have one Final Fantasy,
9 would be the option.
Moody's here.
Yes.
And he would be like, well, 9, obviously.
Moody, what would you like to see in a Final Fantasy 9 episode of Secret Level?
God.
Because apparently we
Nothing,
also
the
have
game's
creative
perfect.
control.
The game's perfect. It ends perfect. It doesn't need any more story.
Fair enough.
I'll change that to Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah.
So, like,
Final Fantasy 13
more-
is them going back and making a better story that was Final Fantasy 13
In
and
one
13
TV
2 and
show
13 3.
Yeah.
Might be a
The Final
tight
Fantasy
squeeze.
13 was more of an excuse just to hear that phenomenal soundtrack again. Because it's highly underrated.
I haven't played
Oh,
13.
no one can deny it. Final Fantasy has a great soundtrack. Whatever game.
I haven't played 13, but it is behind me, and I'm fully prepared to say that everybody else is wrong and it's underappreciated when I get to it. We'll see what happens. I got one for you. Has everybody seen the cult classic movie Shaolin Soccer?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, I can't say that I've seen it, but I know the movie you're talking about.
Okay, so homework. Everybody needs to go watch Shaolin Soccer.
Okay, I'll do that. You watch the
Can I ask,
Slam
is
Dunk
it
movie.
problematic in 2025 or previous to 2025?
Who knows? I don't know. I haven't seen it for a while. Probably not.
That's a
It's-
yes then.
Everything. I mean, as much as anything, I imagine is problematic. But it's the best sports movie I've ever seen in my entire life. And what I'm suggesting is we take that.
It's a low bar.
We take that. There's good sports movies. You just talked about a sports anime that you really liked.
Yeah,
This
you've
is-
just started at a very low bar.
This
That's the best one you've seen.
Of course it is, because it's amazing. But I'm going to take that energy for Mario Strikers.
Yes. If there's one thing I love more than anything on this world, it's the art style they use for Mario Strikers.
Like, I feel like the inherent concept of everybody in the Mushroom Kingdom getting together to play football with each other, with all their crazy power-ups and stuff, just matches the style of Shaolin Soccer, which is also like a crazy film where everybody has like ridiculous stuff.
At the strapline, get ready to kick some grass.
Well, when I bought Shaolin Soccer on DVD, like it said on the front, one of the review lines was the Matrix meets match of the day, and I was like, how can I refuse that film? And it turns out
There we go.
I couldn't. It was great. But like I'm suggesting we make like in that sort of tone an absurdist Mario Strikers film episode.
Hell yeah.
So that would be my first episode pitch.
I was thinking about Kingdom Hearts on this list, but I think if they tried to explain any aspect of the story, it would just become an unintelligible mess. So I think from a visual point of view, I think Kingdom Hearts would work really well for Secret Level, but in many ways it would also not work.
I mean, how do you do it? How do you do a 30-minute slice of Kingdom Hearts?
You just set it on a world, so you would just pick like Destiny Island, and you'd cover the goings on of how did the Final Fantasy X kids get there.
Yeah,
and things
knowing
like
what
that.
I know about Kingdom Hearts, I feel like that would be extremely convoluted. Like, you could make a really simple explanation about, like, how did this happen? But then, like, I know Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
And, like, if the path is never straight.
Oh yeah, because Tidus was the nobody of Vanitas, and so on and so forth.
I've watched someone try to explain Kingdom Hearts before.
Yeah, it's yeah. If you're an Insomniac, then just have someone try to explain Kingdom Hearts to you, and you'll be out like a light.
Or you'll be enthralled and enraptured and have no clue what the hell is going on.
There you go. One of the others I was thinking of, just randomly, was Ace Combat. Just in terms of having like a condensed, like Top Gun-esque story, but having to do with like the geopolitical machinations of, oh, do we need to go on this mission? Should we go on this mission? What do we do? The call comes in to fire the missile at the enemy ship and whatnot. I think that would be a fun 30 minutes.
Geopolitical top.
Yeah. Rather than just having the unnamed country, the unnamed enemy.
Yeah.
and the
Rather
enemy
than
flavor is
American
just
propaganda.
black. Yeah, exactly. And just like an advert to join the US Navy.
Like the Simpsons advert, join the Navy.
Right.
Yeah.
First two-parter. First two-parter.
Remember?
Here we go. You're looking at the time gate, and Regina comes out of the time gate. We're finding out what happens in Dino Crisis 3 and 3 Part 2. The actual Dino Crisis 3 actually happens. Two-parter.
For the sake of clarity, because I don't want to write Dino Crisis 3, because I know that's not what you mean. I am just going to put Dino Crisis 2.
Yeah.
Wait, you put down.
I'm
Is this like a Rambo First Blood Part 2 situation?
No.
it's two
Basically,
parts.
it's like it's so Dino Crisis 2 ends with Regina going through a time gate to go back in time or forward in time. I can't fully remember. While the other two characters stay behind to basically die. And she's like, and her mission is to basically find out what's going on and everything like that. We never know what the fuck. We never find out. There's nothing. Dino Crisis 3.
space.
That's the thing. Goes in space. They basically they decided to go Fast and Furious before Fast and Furious, where they decided dinosaurs in space. That's basically what they decided. Right. And there's, to my knowledge, not really any real reference of Regina and whatever happened in that game. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I honestly don't fucking know because I've never played the game. So I saw my friend play it and I was like, what have they done to my franchise? And I walked away and never looked back, basically. And I blamed Xbox forever on it. Because it was an Xbox exclusive, so that's why I basically said it was.
I've got one in the chamber, but you guys go first.
Yeah, because I got two. One I just came up with based on what Moody just said, which is we need an episode which is Command and Conquer Red Alert 3, starring Tim Curry. I don't care what the plot is. I just want Tim Curry doing his Command and Conquer Red Alert 3.
It's just a one shot of him behind that desk.
Just like point the camera at him for 30 minutes.
Yeah. Just tell him go, there's no script. Just go.
Starring Tim Curry. And my actual one that I was going to say was Crazy Taxi. I think we could get a 30-minute, like a fun, like Crazy Taxi episode, like it's Axel. One of the only caveat that I can remember from Crazy taxiing around fake San Francisco. Yeah. 30 minutes. Crazy stuff happens.
And they've still got the big blue arrow above them.
And in
that direction.
We're going to need a big budget for this episode because we're going to need to license 30 minutes worth of 2000s.
Oh, yeah, rap rock.
Punk rock. Pop music.
I would like an Uncharted one, specifically 30 minutes of Drake and Elena trying to explain to their daughter all the people they've murdered.
So you guys committed genocide?
Yeah.
It's not genocide when they deserved it.
And we never got hit with a bullet once. It was our luck that ran out whenever we died and the Vuvuzela would play.
It worked for many other countries in the world, so it's okay for us. Definitely. So, next one for me is space. And you see a lone person just floating in there, and you're wondering, what is she doing there? She's just survived the encounter of the Xenomorph, Amanda Ripley. We're coming back. The prequel to Alien Isolation 2. We do a whole little thing, and then boom! Alien Isolation 2, 2020, whatever.
Spoilers, because she ain't gonna survive in my place.
Yeah, Vitz, I don't think Vitz is going to make it to the end of that game. I think we should have another Concord episode.
Of that game, I'm going to be surprised.
It's another Concord.
Another Concord episode. I think we have another Concord episode. I'll put part 2 because there was one in the first season. I think it just becomes a thing. I think we never explain it. I think we just every season we have another Concord episode. It's going to come back, and then we'll look like geniuses because we've laid down all of the lore and backstory for Concord's incredible return.
I'd like a 30 minutes on Bloodborne to explain how all these people who are wheelchair bound managed to get up on all these high towers, and why it's okay to just take them out.
Well, they're shooting machine guns and flamethrowers at you. That's why it's okay.
How did they get up there? That's
a fair
what
question.
Yeah.
I was just answering your second question, which is like they're trying to kill you. I feel like it doesn't matter if someone's in a wheelchair or not. If they're trying to murder you with heavy weaponry, I mean, it's fair game.
I mean that's the same argument that Drake's going to use. He's trying to explain things in Uncharted.
Well, he did a lot of.
This is all self-defense.
Technically, he was invading foreign countries.
Yeah, he was doing in America. Put it that way. Going into foreign places, taking their loot,
taking all that shit.
America, Britain.
I was going to say we can't
Russia.
let ourselves off the hook for that one.
Things.
We've got an entire museum dedicated to all the shit we stole.
Yeah, I still remember that bit in Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, it was so good.
This is where the British stole all of us. I'd like a Titanfall episode just to get a glimpse of what Titanfall
to make everyone cry that they're not getting a sequel still.
Yeah. Titanfall 2 is apparently $3 on US PSN right now.
Yeah. Or good steal.
Yeah.
I would like to propose a musical episode. Parappa the Rapper.
Nice.
The entire thing is rap. In the style of Parappa the Rapper. So educational rap. The style of educational rap.
The best kind of rap, some say.
Yeah, well, yeah, big time. All the dialogue, everything. It's all rapped. Not Spotify rapped. Rapped.
Mm-hmm. Rapped.
How about
Moody, what else you got?
capitalizing on the popularity that it has received from being an Astrobot, an Ape Escape episode.
Yeah, I could see that.
Some apes have escaped. You gotta catch protagonist has to catch them with the net shenanigans. This will be the kid-friendly episode.
Right, yeah.
Why did I write Timmy Curry?
That's his name now. Put an extra M in there. Don't get rid of the Y.
No, I'm getting rid of the Y. I'm not disrespecting Tim Curry like that.
I would love to see something in the Portal universe. I just want something from that. Whether it is that Dan Trachtenberg short film of where Shell tries to make a cake but she gets sugar confused with salt, or something like that. And I just need more.
What about the two robots?
Or maybe, yeah, like Peabody and Atlas.
But we can even call it Peabody and Atlas. Atlas, not Atlas, the game studio that I nearly wrote. Atlas.
Persona would be a great
As
one
in
for
the
this.
guy who shrugged, right? Like that's what we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it's either Peabody or Atlas, or I just want 30 minutes of Cave Johnson just rambling.
We've got a two-part
J.K.
Dino
Simmons back
Crisis
in.
episode. We could have a Portal a Portal episode about Cave Johnson as well.
Cave Johnson.
We're making the
How
rules
many
here.
episodes is this thing? I thought it was 13 episodes.
All right. It's 15, but
We're at
can fix this.
18.
We can fix this. Season 3, baby.
There you go. That's how TV production works. We can fix it. Add another.
We
season.
can fix it with
It's
more
fine.
money. That's how art works.
Yeah.
I think. I'm not 100% sure. I want to do a Monster Prom episode though, and I want to get the people who wrote Monster Prom to write the episode, because I don't think anyone else could do that style of comedy justice.
Oh, in my mind, I imagine we're still getting the original talent back to be involved with these episodes. Yeah.
I'm not. I didn't trust them for Dino Crisis 3, so fuck
Except
that.
Moody's writing.
Yeah.
Moody's writing the Dino Crisis episode.
Fucking don't trust the fuckers to do it. No way.
Can we have as well Resident Evil in style, like in terms of like the dialogue?
It's fixed camera angles and it's...
Well, I mean, yeah, sure. Like the episode can be in that style, but I was thinking more like just is the dialogue is in the style of the first game, the entire thing. Can we get the original actors? Is that an option? Yeah.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 1 with
Super camp.
the same voice actors.
Yeah, the same voice actors with the same talent level back in 1990, whatever it was.
Yeah, and if we can get the composer who did the music for the DualShock version that I played when we did the PowerPoint presentation.
Mm-hmm.
Have we made something unwatchable?
Oh no, I'm down for these Portal episodes. I'm down.
Vitz is pitching things like, this would be a good TV show, and I'm like, how do I torture people? Well, not all of them are torture. I think Parappa the Rap, 30 minutes of Parappa the Rapper rapping would be... I mean, I'd watch it. But as we've discussed in recent weeks, that's not necessarily a good selling point for like mass market adoption of things.
I feel like there's a good Star Trek Bridge Crew episode in here somewhere.
Is that pushing? Is that pushing the format a little bit?
It is, but it's the chaos of what actually happens in a game of Bridge Crew where nobody actually does the objective and it's all just doing finger guns at each other.
So it's like those anime, that genre of anime, you know, where the person gets transported to the anime world from the real world. Mm-hmm. There's like a million of them. It's like it's people playing Star Trek Bridge Crew.
Yes,
but they're actually in an episode of Star Trek, in an episode of
it's within a winner within yeah. It's a matrushka of things.
Star Trek Bridge Crew in Star Trek. Actual.
Mm-hmm.
So we've.
How about a Mass Effect Andromeda Citadel episode? But it's on the place that was in Andromeda.
Mass Effect.
Citadel DLC is considered arguably one of the best DLCs.
Andromeda Citadel
Type episode.
edition.
Yeah.
Does this include what happened with the flotilla that we never knew about?
No, we don't answer any questions. Oh, yeah, just like it's just a throwaway line of dialogue. Hey, they're here. And then the episode ends.
You just see a quarter just wave.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
There's Tally Shepherd just over in the corner.
The plot of the episode is they're waiting for it, and then it happens, but then the episode ends. I mean, we're into season 3.
Yeah, we're getting too far now.
If you've got any more, like, if
Moody's like too much fun.
This is too absurd. This is too Kafka-esque. Kafka would be rolling around in his grave if you could hear us right now.
Can we have 30 minutes of Super Mario to find out what actually happens to a Gumbo when Mario stomps on them? Do they go into the ground?
Damn, that's dark.
What's happening? I'd say that's dark, but we also got that Pac-Man episode where the shit went wild in that episode.
Super Mario, but like really dark.
Mm-hmm. It's just that one meme where he has to jump off the back of Yoshi and Yoshi falls to his death so he can make the goal at the end.
Speedrunners.
Mm-hmm. Is there any Pokemon you want to see in here, Moods?
No, yes. Sorry, yeah. An episode about Ash's Primeape. I know that's more anime, but either way, I don't care. Ash's Primeape.
Say
So
Prime
is this
Ape.
like in the same style as Detective Pikachu?
No, fuck that shit, no.
Oh,
but
can we
that's
get
what
a
all the other
Detective
styles are.
Peach episode? Yeah, we're gonna have that as well.
Yeah.
Like Detective Peach doing Detective Peach things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just going around seeking clues and then saying Dino Crisis.
Yeah, with as much dialogue as is in Princess Peach Showtime,
Yes.
which is to say none. There's no
Yeah.
no one speaks.
It's all just like audio box, but it's all like
And the-
nonsense.
and the music.
Yeah. Oh, I would like an Okami one, just as a primer for when we get the next Okami game. I think that'd be good just to get Amaterasu and.
And this is a new season, so we have to have another episode of Concord.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Sorry, you were saying.
Did we get a Helldivers one? I think a Helldivers one might be good just to.
How about a nice cup of liberty?
Exactly. I wouldn't mind a. I was going to say like a Street Fighter one, but what I was more thinking is Mortal Kombat. But we have the movies for that now, so maybe not.
God, yeah, but
include
not
that
any
one.
good movies. Jesus.
I mean,
Don't
we're not
think that's
exactly
serviceable.
making a good TV show.
Oh, what's it?
Yeah, we've got 3 episodes of Concord in here.
2. We weren't responsible for
sorry.
the first episode of Concord.
Yeah. Yeah. Are there any of the FromSoft ones you want to get on here?
No, I mean, not really. Like, I feel like those games speak for themselves.
Mm.
I'd struggle to see how it could be translated into any kind of like TV narrative,
Yeah, that's true.
like straightforward, like act structure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I was gonna go with anyone, I'd go with Kingsfield, just because I think more people should know what Kingsfield is.
This is true.
But like, if we're gonna have a Kingsfield episode, it has to run at 17 frames per second, like the second game did. that's a red line for me, and not like a UK Labour government red line, like an actual red line. Like,
Yeah, this usual line in the sand.
one
as you
that I
go
would
no further.
actually see.
Yeah.
And then if we have one more episode, season 3 is done, and then I assume
Then
Amazon
we call it.
cancels us.
Yes.
Because they've just lost like billions of dollars.
We call the final episode Half-Life 3, but it's just blank. It's just like a black screen for 30 minutes. There we go.
Or it just
We
is
did it.
Half-Life 3.
Yeah.
But nobody watches it because nobody watches any of the other episodes that we did.
Mhm. After the second Concord, they were on to our game.
These people might not be taking this seriously.
Oh.
So, to clarify,
Hmm.
we just made 2 15-episode seasons of Secret Level. The first one we did starts off quite in, Legend of Zelda, Final Fantasy 13, Mario Strikers, Kingdom Hearts, Ace Combat, a Dino Crisis 2-parter, which is the actual sequel to Dino Crisis 2. Command & Conquer Red Alert 3 starring Tim Curry,
Mhm.
Crazy Taxi, Uncharted 5, Whoops All Genocides Run, Alien Isolation 1.5, and then an episode of Concord, a Bloodborne episode.
Contractually obligated Concord.
Yeah, well, I assume there's a contract been signed somewhere. Yeah. A Bloodborne episode, a Titanfall 2 sequel, and then Parappa the Rapper rapping for 30 minutes, like a musical episode. And then season 3, we start strong with Ape Escape. And then we've got a 2-part Portal. No one has ever said that sentence out loud before. We start strong with Ape Escape. And then we've got 2 Portal episodes, a Peabody and Atlas, and a Cave Johnson episode, which I think is a great idea. Then we've got Monster Prom, Resident Evil 1 with the same voice actors as Resident Evil 1, Star Trek Bridge Crew be transported into Star Trek, and then we've got Mass Effect Andromeda, but like the Citadel DLC, but for Mass Effect Andromeda. And at the end, the quarries turn up and you go, hello.
Yeah. They just float in the background. You're taking the group shot of everybody.
Yeah. And then we've got Super Mario, but like really dark. Pokemon about Ash's prime ape. Then we've got
That's
Detective.
not a euphemism, apparently.
Apparently not. I assume that's a Pokemon. And then we've got an episode of Detective Peach, an episode of Akami, another Concord episode due to contractual obligations with Sony Interactive Entertainment. And then we've got a Helldivers. And then Kingsfield, but it's 17 frames a second, just like the game was on PlayStation. And then we end it with Half-Life 3, the actual Half-Life 3. But nobody watches it because nobody believes us.
Yeah. We've been cancelled by then, so no, we're not going to bother with us this season. Yeah.
Someone unearths it 10 years later and is like, holy shit, they did. Yeah. They actually did Half-Life 3. See? Told you. Well, that was a dumb way to kill some time. I've never actually... would it shock anyone to know that I've never actually watched Secret Level?
No, it wouldn't.
I haven't either, so... This hasn't changed my mind to watch it, so...
Would you watch this version of Secret Level over the real version of Secret Level?
No.
Yes. 100%. Because I watched the original version of Secret Level. There is like two or three episodes which like struck a chord with me, and then the rest were just wasted potential.
Was one of them the Concord episode?
I did not watch a Concord episode.
Damn.
But yeah, unfortunately, I can't bestow upon you the majesty that is the Concord episode.
That's fair. So, anyway, now that I got my dumb stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
Moody, what you got for us this week?
Do we have time?
Hell yeah. You didn't think I was going to let that run as long as the Dragon Age thing last week, did you?
Sorry?
You didn't think I was going to let that run as long as the Dragon Age thing we talked about last week.
I didn't say anything. Anyway. Following from last week's episode, my story is about Football Manager 25, and as it's been confirmed to have been cancelled by Sega and Sports Interactive Entertainment. They are refocusing on getting ready for Football Manager 26. It is believed that's basically what they just haven't confirmed this. The announcement that happened this week, happened last week, basically after we finished the podcast. Which
it's a good job we went over and didn't talk about it last week.
During Sega's latest financials results. In a surprise move for the Animal Sporting franchise, but the following it follows repeated delays for FM25, which had been billed for the biggest leap forwards of the series in a generation. Previous setbacks saw FM delays. Sorry, my dog.
They're a huge fan of Football Manager too.
No,
exactly.
She does like balls. There's no doubt about it. She has tons of them. But anyway, back to it. Previous setbacks saw FM25 delayed twice. It's most recently postponed, meaning it was set to arrive in an awkward moment mid-football season. It should also meant that Sports Interactive needing to sell 2 entries of the series in 1 year, FM25 and the expected FM26. Within the same calendar year. Now FM25 is no more. Something Sports Interactive has said issued an apology for and said that anyone who had pre-ordered the game would now automatically be able to get a refund. For the large numbers, quote from the statement, for the large numbers of who pre-ordered to FM25, we thank you anonymously for those trusts and support. We are very sorry to let you down. In the statement, quote, we know this will come as a huge disappointment, especially given that the release date has already moved twice and you've been eagerly anticipating the first gameplay reveal. Previously announced. Yeah, that's never here either way. So basically, what the biggest the biggest thing, the hurdle that this game seems like it's been having is changing engines. It's gone from the engine that I don't know what it was originally called. I don't know if it was like their own engine or anything like that. But they've switched from that engine to the Unity engine. They switched to that. I think I'm hearing conflicting reports, like from what I'm seeing, but it's like they started on it about 5 or 6 years ago when it came to the Unity engine. And they decided the last year was the year they were going to get it out with the new engine, the new updates and everything. They've had nothing but they've expressed many times of difficulties come to terms with the Unity engine and trying to get the game to even work in a good, stable way. Obviously, the game has been delayed on twice already, where they've had to take back and renegotiate licenses with the leagues and everything, or certain leagues and everything, to get to just be able to keep them on FM24. FM24 has obviously continued to be able to be sold, as normally when a new FM comes out, they stop allowing to be sold on the old FM. I'm surmising as basically all of licenses and everything that they've ran out for FM and they won't renew for FM, so they just basically stop allowing that to be able to be sold. Now, as this has basically now happened, the delay has now happened, or cancellations has now all been happened. FM26 seems like it is now basically the new focus, which will happen sometime later in the year. This is I'm seeing really a mixed backlash on this. At the end of the day, a lot of people I think are more annoyed at Sports Interactive on that they weren't speaking or talking about anything. Like the last thing I think they said, people have said that they tweeted was in December. After that, they haven't said anything at all since then. During the statement, on the statement, they clarify why they couldn't, because of legality reasons and everything. That's what they've. I will make sure on my end.
I think it was
It's called a match engine.
The corporate match engine. Yeah, basically, yeah.
And then I think with their lack of communication, I believe it was legal issues, but it was more with their stakeholders more than anything. So I think they were legally bound not to say anything because it would negatively affect the share price.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I know people haven't liked that and don't agree with it, but at the end of the day, I have seen with my previous company that they can't speak.
Yeah, they're bound to these contracts, right?
Yeah. We are bound. You're bound by a contract. You can't speak about it whatsoever. So, I feel for the people out there. I feel for the content creators who have been hoping for this new game and everything for that for it to come out. But it's now being delayed and everything. So, yeah, it's a lot of backlash and everything. I've seen someone saying to the Sports Interactive, right now our trust in you is very low and everything, which I do understand and everything, because at the end of the day, I do agree with a lot of people have saying they would have known if the game was ready or not, or even would have been ready to go and everything for that. But I will put in the caveat on the part of against that in defense of them is that things can turn around and things can just magically start working really easily, or really fast, should I say, not easily, wrong terminology there, for a game. Because if they can just realize it's clicked, it's working, it's moving forward, that's fantastic. We might be able to hit this date type of thing. I know previous Lego games from my previous boss said we were close to having to cancel many games, and then it's just boom, we've got it working, it's clicking, we've tested like crazy, and we've got it working, and that's great. And it does seem like to what I'm hearing, they did have playtesters on the game during January, 2 weeks ago. No, not 2 weeks, about 3 or 4 weeks ago in January. those haven't apparently gone down too great when it comes to like feedback and everything, which is just obviously just tells you even more just like the game was basically not in a great state, which is disappointing again to hear for that. But this is a very unprecedented thing when it comes to a licensed type of game. It's rare that you see these things have been cancelled or delayed. It's not rare to get delays, but it's rare to get a cancellation and everything. And I'm very mixed on this because of the part of just like I get where the fans are coming from. There's no doubt. Like the lack of communication is shit. There's no doubt about that. But I've also been in the part of that where I'm just like, we can't say anything. Sorry, guys. There's nothing we can do about this right now, and we want to talk. I'm curious what your thoughts. I know you both aren't really sports football people. You don't really play this game whatsoever, but I'm curious on your thoughts on this.
Are we talking about football or soccer?
I'm covering the soccer part of it, so don't worry. For me, obviously with annualized titles, forgive me, does this have a console release or is it exclusive for PC?
No, it's console. The last few years have been consoles. So, it was locked into beginning. The 26 was meant to go out on Game Pass.
Okay, I see. Right. So then when it comes to annualized sports games, when it comes to an engine change, at least in my experience, and correct me if I'm wrong, they typically wait for a generational leap in order to facilitate switching an engine. And maybe they take like a year off, or they have a smaller experience that's lighter on new features and whatnot for the first year of a generation. And then as they build up their skill set for the title and on the engine, then more fleshed out versions come like later on in the generation. So it's interesting to see what motivated the switch of engine in the first place, whether it is just this engine that we're working on at the moment is can no longer, or we've got these really good ideas for features that we want to implement, but they won't work in this old engine, therefore we're going to have to move to a different one. And then Unity happened to be the least expensive, I imagine, of the options which were viable, and that's what they went for. Obviously, we feel for the fans, and I know how big a part of your gaming like FM takes up for you, kind of thing, and how and I hope that they are bringing whatever content they were going to bring in terms of all the leagues for this season and whatnot. They're bringing into FM24.
They are not.
Okay.
They can't. They can't legally do it.
Right. Okay. That makes sense. So then it'll be interesting to see if FM26 lands when it's intended. I think it needs to be. Do you reckon it'll be one of these where it needs to be a game that reviews the highest of high in order to get people back? Or do you reckon people are just yearning for a Football Manager experience and this happened to be the market leader? Do they have any direct competition or?
No, they have no competition when it comes to this whatsoever. They're basically the market leader on this type of thing and everything. To answer your question, like when it comes to the engine and everything like that, a lot of people have complained about the engine for a long time and everything for it. So I think it was like a combination of that
Finger
people
curled on the monkey's paw.
Sorry?
I said the finger curled on the monkey's paw with that one.
Okay. I don't get that reference. Okay. I think it's a combination of people not enjoying the engine that much. Even though like Football Manager 24 is arguably the best game they've put out for a long, long time, and everything. It's got a lot of rich features for it, I've been told, or I've been seeing from a lot of the content creators that have been saying it. And I think it's also like switching to the Unity engine. It'll make it easier to be able to port into console, even easier for them. Because right now, I think the console one is a separate entity. Is a separate thing where they don't update them simultaneously and everything, and they don't update them in together and everything. So basically, I think like Football Manager on the PC can be modded really easily with all the mods and everything like that, but obviously on console it cannot. But they don't. I don't think they keep it to a high standards of updates on console compared to they do on PC. Correct me if I'm wrong. Also, chat for anyone who's playing the game as well. But I think it's just a combination of a lot of factors and that they wanted to do and everything. But ultimately, I think I think comes down to on the part of just like when did they go properly full haul into this? Because at the end of the day, they've been hiring for people to work on the Unity engine for a while, for like a good 6 years and everything. They've had a small team working on this to get it up to a certain standard, and obviously then they've gone locked in. Say, all right, 2024 is going to be the last one on this engine. We're going guns blowing into the new engine and everything, and hopefully get it out for 2025 or 2024 last year. And obviously it hasn't worked, and yeah, it's a very interesting thing. Yeah, I'm curious. Any thoughts on you? Amy?
Well, I was looking up the last one that actually came out. It was in November, like the beginning of November. So
23. Yeah,
I would assume they're just going to keep working on the one that they're working on, and just make that one the one that comes out at the end of the year.
Yeah, I'm surmising that as well. Yeah.
So,
yeah,
like, can they fix this in 9 months? Can they actually do it? Like, that would be that would be my question, right? If it's like it's that bad that it's not ready to go now, it's like 9 months sounds like a lot of time. But like in game development, it's not a lot of time at all.
Yeah, I'm guessing they have no choice to it. I guess at the end of the day, like Sega have been reasonably very surprised and very until otherwise have been okay on it. It seems like it, but I'm guessing they would be like, you have no choice. You have to get the 25 out or 26 out this year.
Yeah,
and everything, because they won't accept losing money and everything like that. And yeah, it's just one of those things. Obviously, when it comes to capitalism, which I do get to a certain extent for that, but we'll see at the end of the year, I guess, when the ever 26 comes out for 20. At the end
I
of
just
the year,
hope nobody's impacted at the studio in terms of okay, we haven't. So obviously, this missed the deadline to make this financial year. Therefore, revenue is going to be down, and whether that has knock-on effects, and then
even just from a business perspective, like not even speaking as like Amy, the Words About Games podcast co-host, it's like that would be the stupidest fucking thing you could possibly do at this moment, which is just like,
just scale down the team.
We've missed the thing. We've missed the last game. We have to get the next one out. It's got to come out in 9 months. We're going to lay a bunch of people off. Now do it with fewer people. Like
exactly.
Yeah, until that comes out, Touchwood doesn't. I'm hoping that Sega are just going to be like, we're going to allow you to keep team, allow you to keep hiring, obviously to get people in if you need to get them in and everything. But you have to hit this date. You have to hit this year and everything. I'm guessing.
I wonder if any other Sega teams are working in similar engines, and whether they can parachute people over from other development teams under their stable, kind of thing, to help out.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because what kind of skill crossover would there be? Like, you could get the teams that know the engines, if any Sega teams are working on Unity engines, but like what they're trying to build in the Unity engine is essentially just a superpowered spreadsheet with graphics.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I mean, do the Persona devs Persona help with that? Like, can the people making Crazy Taxi help with that? It's just like it's an interesting sort of, where's the crossover in skills that could be relevant to Football Manager?
I've got it. Do you remember I brought that story to you that you can rent out the brain space of Sega devs? This is what this team should do. They should pick up the phone and book some time and say, look, we got this game, Football Manager 25. It's a bit of a shit show. Please help. And then that's how they fix it. Job done.
And then it becomes more like Shaolin Soccer.
Yes.
Because they asked the people who made Persona and Yakuza.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. So I'm just quickly going through the statement and everything and saying, while many areas of the game have hit our targets, the overarching player experience and interface is not where we need it to be. So it's like that's basically that's the game in general. that's the game, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like, you could get UI engineers, but like,
yeah, so the
you just
spreadsheet
described
works,
the whole
but
game.
the spreadsheet worked in the last game. It's not like they're building a whole new spreadsheet, right?
Yeah, they are.
That would be like saying, yeah, Elden Ring Night Reign's coming along really well, but we just need to fix the network and the combat and the graphics.
Yeah. They haven't tried to copy and paste what they had on the other game and move it over or anything like that. They've started a brand new whole thing, to what I know, and everything. So, and it's just sadly they've overestimated.
Copying and pasting from one engine into another engine is what happened with Mass Effect Andromeda, I think.
yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Frostbite exploded.
Something exploded, that's for sure.
Well, it's a
I
similar
just thought-
story. So it's because like the reason Andromeda had so many issues was because there was no Frostbite was a first person shooter engine, and like the FIFA team had made FIFA in it. But like you're making an RPG, it's like there's no inventory system. Like we have to build an inventory system from scratch. We have to build the dialogue system from scratch. It's like it's similar. I imagine they have to build a lot of things in Unity from scratch because there's just nothing like Football Manager in the Unity engine.
Yeah, pretty much. It's disappointing for the fans and everything like that. I hope that dev team are able to get through this and everything, and I'm rooting for them at the end of the day.
It'd be like just a metaphor. My my point. It would be like deciding you're gonna write a novel, but having to invent paper.
Yeah.
Being your starting point. It's like you might know how to write, but don't know if you're gonna be chopping those trees down.
Yeah, we got the slate. Does slate work now? No, you don't want slate no more.
No.
That's it. Right,
No, we're switching from slate. There's a forest nearby. We'll show you.
See, there you go.
All right then. It is time for the final part of this podcast. Open Critic Head-To-Head. This is the game we play every week where we try to guess the Open Critic average of upcoming games. Whoever guesses closest to the score at the time of recording gets a point. If you manage to guess the score correctly, you get 2 points. Last week, we tried to guess the Open Critic average of 3 games. Starting with The Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak 2. Moody, you guessed it would get an 85. Vitz, you guessed it would get an 84. Amy guessed it would get an 86. At the time of recording, that game with a long title has an Open Critic average of 77, which means Vitz gets a point.
We were all really high, but I was least high of everybody else.
I knew I should
Well,
have.
I'll take
I
the
knew I
point.
should have learned Japanese to understand those reviews I saw of the game.
Yeah, exactly. What was Fitzy talking about?
Yeah, damn it. We also tried to guess the Open Critic average of After Love EP. Moody guessed it would get 73. Vitz guessed it would get an 81. Amy guessed it would get an 88. At the time of recording, After Love EP has an Open Critic average of 78, which means Vitz gets another point.
Hell yeah.
And lastly, but definitely not leastly, we tried to guess the Open Critic average of Avowed. Moody guessed it would get an 82. Vitz guessed it would get an 88. Amy guessed it would get an 80. At the time of recording, Avowed has an Open Critic average of 81.
Dang it.
Which means it's a draw.
Yeah.
Between myself and Moody. I'm interested now. Now that I've seen people talking about it, I'm quite interested to try it out.
Yeah. The review embargo seemed to have dropped the day of recording this podcast, so interesting to see what people think.
I've seen like the reviews go up in the blurbs and like the one sentence lines and stuff, and I've seen like people talking about it on Bluesky.
Yeah.
And like obviously I'm like, okay, I don't like people whose tastes do not vibe with my own. I'm just like, get out of my way. Like, let me just see it. And the people whose tastes like vibe with mine like seem to quite like Avowed. What I have found funny is I've seen both the opinion that the Avowed reviews are really positive and that they are mixed.
Yes.
Simultaneously, which I find fascinating.
The words don't words there. Someone is lying. Put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, I think whether you're of the opinion that they're positive or they're mixed says more about you than it says about the reviews.
This is true.
But either way, I'm looking forward to playing the game at some point in the future. Once I've played all the Dragon Age games, which might take a while. Quite long. Anyway, that puts the scores at Moody 6, Vitz 3, Amy 2, with 1
Second
draw.
place, baby.
Can share right another note. Moody's won this game.
Yeah.
Dated February 13th. When's Alien Day?
What? Sorry?
Because that was the joke last time.
When is Alien Day?
I made the prediction on Alien Day that you had already won the game, so I'll wait until Alien Day this year to make the prediction again.
The LV 46 or the 26th of April.
426. I'll just make a little note to make my Open Critic head-to-head winner prediction. Anyway, this week we're going to try and guess the Open Critic average of 2 upcoming games. The first one, Cabernet. An indie game of the week previously.
Sure is.
Sure is. Who's going first?
But it's not me to go
I'm
first.
going first. Shit, that's me. I'm gonna go with I don't know. I really like the demo. I think I'll really like the game. Story-based game. Doing some. I'm like if I was any good at editing videos, I'd have all the numbers like coming up as I'm like
Yeah.
thinking on the screen. Like, I'm gonna go with an 80. Excuse me.
76.
76. I asked the question through the cough. Moody, what do you think? Vitz, what do you think?
I think this is gonna get a. I'm sorry to do this, friends. It's gonna get a 75 from me.
Vitz hates indie games. Who knew? We're also going to try and guess the OpenCritic average of Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. I wonder why they put Yakuza back in the title. I don't actually know what this game is. Like I know what it is. It's a spin-off Like a Dragon game, but like, you know, when it's like I've not actually paid enough attention to know if it's like, is it the gameplay
action RPG? Is it? Yeah.
Is it the gameplay of the old like Yakuza games? Is it a gameplay of the RPG? Is it something
Well, there's a
else?
demo available now where you can see. I know there's a naval combat like chapter in the demo
it's
that you can play.
it's the beat 'em up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
all right.
Yakuza games then.
It's the Yakuza game. It's not the Like a Dragon.
Oh,
games.
the Lost Judgment ones as well.
In Hawaii, I'm gonna guess an 83.
86.
Good old man, Juma.
May I go for an 80, please?
You may certainly go for an 80.
Thank you very much.
You may go for any number between 1 and 100 that hasn't already been said out loud. Dem's the rules, baby.
Sure is.
Should be interesting. Is anyone going to play Yakuza Pirate Hawaii Like a Dragon?
I'm not.
I'm going to.
Nice.
Will I do it when it comes out?
Probably
That's
not.
a different question.
That's a different question for a different time. But for now, speaking of time, I believe, Moody, it's your time to shine.
Shit, I haven't got that up. 2 seconds. I need to write a new one. Hello, everybody. Today, be proud you made it. Another day is behind you. Another week has passed. Now jump up and high five that sky because you made it and you are good enough. Live long and prosper.